Hello, everyone. Scooty 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Before we get to the game today, the second game in the Phillies and Mets, let's take a look at the standings to see where everyone stands. Exciting game in the 2008 replay. And let's take a look at the standings, shall we? In the National League East, we have the Philadelphia Phillies at 6-2. They are a game up over the Mets, who you will see in just a minute, who are 4-2 in a game back. The Marlins and Braves are a game and a half back behind the Phillies. The Marlins at 4-3, and the Braves at 5-4. The Nationals 5 games back at 1-7, moving over to the National League East. We have in the National League East, we have the Cubbies in first place at 6-1, and then tied for second is the Reds and the Cardinals, both at 2 games. The Brewers are 2.5 games back at 4-4. And the Astros and Pirates are 4.5 games back. The Astros at 3-7 and the Pirates at 2-6. Moving over to the National League West, we have the Padres in first place, followed by the Dodgers at 6-3. They're a game back. The Diamondbacks at 5-4. They're 2 games back. And the Rockies are 3-6 at 4 games back. And the Giants are 0-8. They are 6.5 games out of first, dead last in the National League West. Moving over to the American League, we have the Tampa Bay Rays in first place at 5-2, followed by the Baltimore Orioles, who are a game back at 4-3. Tied for third, it's the Yankees and Red Sox, both at 3 wins and 5 losses. They're 2.5 games out of first. And then Toronto down there at 2-5. They are 3 games out of first. Moving over to the American League Central, we have the Tigers at 5-2. The Indians are a game and a half back. They're at 4-4. The White Sox and Royals both tied at 2 games back. They're at 3-4. And rounding out the American League Central, it's the Minnesota Twins at 1-7. They are 4.5 games out of first. And then finally, we go over to the American League West. The Athletics are 6-2. They're in first, and followed by a tie between the Rangers and the Angels, both at a half a game out. Rangers are 5-2, and the Angels are 6-3. And rounding out the American League West, Seattle, the Mariners at 3-5. They are 3 games out of first. So we move on to today's game, which is game 2 in a 3-game series between the Mets and the Phillies.
Play ball!
Philadelphia Phillies at New York Mets at Citi Field in the Bronx, in Flushing. In Flushing, as I get my pitching stuff set up here, so I know who to bring in as closers and everything. So I get that all up. The Phillies come into this game 6-2. They lost the first game of the series, but looking to tie it up. They are taking on the New York Mets, who are 4-2, closely behind. And the Legends, welcome in. Glad you could join us here at Citi Field. And here is the starting lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies. Leading off the center fielder, Shane Victorino. Batting second, the shortstop, Eric Barnlett. Batting third, second baseman, Chase Utley. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Ryan Howard. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Pat Burrell. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Jeff Jenkins. It. Oh, wow. A 3-run walk-off. Nice. Nice. I'll have to check that out afterwards. Batting 6 is going to be the third baseman, Pedro Feliz. Batting 8th, the catcher, Carlos Feliz. And batting 9th, the pitcher, Kyle Kendrick. On the mound for the Mets, it's Mike Pilfrey. And I did say Citi Field. I meant to say Shea Stadium. This was before Citi Field happened. And at Shea, it's going to be a plus. It's going to be 0 for strikes, a +2 for walks, nothing for home runs. Mike Pilfrey, first time we're seeing him, 13 wins, 11 losses, a 3.72 ERA, 200 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 209 hits, 110 strikeouts, and 63 walks. And with that, we are ready to start this game off. Can the Phillies come back and tie the series up? Or will the Mets go up 2-0? We'll find out. Shane Victorino steps up. He's batting a .276. And here's the first pitch. It's a 6-4. That's a blank. Victorino, 1-3, fly ball to Beltray. No, I'm sorry, fly ball to Pagan. Out number 1, and that's going to bring up Eric Bartlett. Bartlett batting a .333. Here's the pitch. 3-5, range play. 6-6, ground ball to Rays.
Deep in the hole, tough chance.
Now Rays' range is on a 1-3. That is a 2.
Terrific play.
And he makes the play, takes the hit away there. And 2 away, and that's going to bring up Chase Utley. Utley batting a .212. Here's the pitch. 1-5. That's a blank. 5-5. That is going to be a double past Church.
And it's a double.
And Chase Utley is on with a double. Utley on with a double, and please do check out Legend Sports. He's doing an All-Star Legends MLB season. I think the second season in that, and he's also doing one for Madden as well. So please go check him out as well with those 2 great projects. And that is going to bring up Ryan Howard, who's batting a .250 average. Runner on second, 2 outs. Strategy roll, 17. Here's the pitch. 6-1, range play at Shea Stadium. So we're going to go to the ballpark card. 5-1, single +7. That's going to go to Pagan.
Hit in the air down the left field side. This is going to be a tough play.
Pagan's range is on a 1-3. That's a 1. And that retires the side.
An outstanding play.
So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. We go to, and 1 left on, we go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the New York Mets. Batting first, the shortstop, Jose Reyes. Batting second, the left fielder, Angel Pagan. Batting third, the third baseman, David Wright. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the center fielder, Carlos Beltray. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Carlos Dialago. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Ryan Church. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Damon Easley. Batting eighth, the catcher, Brian Schneider. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Mike Pelfrey. On the mound for the Phillies, it is Kyle Kendrick. Kendrick comes into the game with a 4.50 ERA. 1 win, no losses, 6 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And with that, Jose Reyes steps up. He's batting a .320 average. Here's the pitch. 4-6, range play. 1-1, fly ball to Victorino.
Liner into center. Will it stay up?
Victorino's range is on a 1-3. That's a 2. That would have been a double. And Victorino makes the catch. Sees it. Ways off Bro, who comes over as well.
And that was a fine play.
And it goes plop. Angel Pagan batting a 150. Here's the pitch. Pagan 3-6. Possible error on a throw. 2-2. And that is going to be a single to Howard. That is an 8. That is an infield. No error there. I'm sorry, that goes to Utley. Utley's error rating is at a 1-3. That's an 8. No error there. And with that, Angel Pagan gets on with a base hit. Strategy rolls a 16, and that's going to bring up David Wright, who's batting a 308, runner on first, and the Phillies will go to double play depth. Strategy roll 16, here's the pitch. 6-6, that's going to be a strike, that's a 9, the 19 is too high. David Wright, 2-2, that's going to be a fly ball to Jenkins.
You're out!
And that is out number 2. Infield back to normal depth as Carlos Beltre comes up, the cleanup man. He's batting a 174. Strategy rolls a 16. Here's the pitch. 2-5. That's a blank. 2-2, double star 3, and that's going to be a ground ball to Feliz.
Out!
Who makes the out. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Mets. As after 1, we get nothing. We go to the top of the second. It's Pat Burrell, Jeff Jenkins, and Pedro Feliz due up for the Fightin' Phils. Here's the pitch to Pat Burrell, batting a 375. 2-1. That's a strike. That's a 12. That's a 12. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Struck him out. That's going to bring up Jeff Jenkins. Jenkins batting a 174. The pitch. And that's going to be 2-5. Question mark. Single on a 1-16. The 18 is too high. Jenkins 5-5. Ground ball. Back to Pilfrey.
Out.
Out number 2. Out. Yep, that's the second out. And that's going to bring up Pedro Feliz. Feliz batting a 192. Here's the pitch. 3-4. Strike plus. Now, in a strike plus, we add 10 to that. Nothing from Shea Stadium. Shea Stadium gives us a 0. That's a 16. That's a 2. Struck him out looking.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Easying the score as the Mets retire the Phillies in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Carlos Diago, Ryan Church, and Damon Easley due up for the amazing Mets. Here's the pitch to Diago, who's batting a 261 on the season. And that is going to be 2-4. That's a blank. 4-3. That is going to be a ground ball to Barnett.
Out.
Strike out number 1. Ryan Church batting a 333. Here's the pitch. 6-5 blank. 2-5. And that is going to be a ground ball to Howard.
Out.
Ryan Howard making that catch, steps on the bag, and easily 2 outs. Damon Easley comes up. First time we're seeing him in this replay. We'll take a look here. This is his first game. Take a look at his stats there. 4-6 range play. 6-2 double star 1.
Hard ground ball up the middle.
Ground ball to the shortstop to Barlett. That's a G6. Barlett's range is in a 1-3. That's a 3. Takes it, throws it over to Howard.
Terrific play.
And out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors as the Phillies retire the Mets in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top after 2. We're scoreless. We go to the top of the 3rd. It's Carlos Ruiz, Kyle Kendrick, and Shane Victorino due up for the Phillies. Carlos Ruiz batting a .238. Here's the pitch. 4-6. That's a strike. That's a 6. The 9 is too high. 4-1, and that is going to be a single past the shortstop. And that got past Reyes there. Infield at double play depth. Runner on first as Carlos Ruiz gets on, leads off with a base hit. Strategy roll 9 as Kyle Kendrick comes up. He's batting a .500 on the season. Strategy roll is a 9. 4-5. That's a blank. 6-1. Question mark 7. Power hit to Pagan. That's a 13. And that is a single. And Kyle Kendrick is on with a single. Carlos will go to second. We'll see if he picks up any extra bases. His base run rating is a 0. As that's hit to Pagan, that's a -2 from first to third. He gets the hold sign, and the reason is that the roll is less than or equal to a run, and his adjusted base run rating is a 0, so it is less than, and with that, that's a base. So no outs with runners on first and second, and we flip up to the top of the order. It's Shane Victorino, 0 for 1, strategy roll 5. Here's the pitch to Shane. And that's going to be 4-4. Possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be 6-4. And that is going to be a single past Delago. And that loads the bases. Ruiz will not advance. He advances from second to home on a 4-6. And they load the bases up with that. So with that, traffic on all the bases. And that's going to bring up Eric Barlett. Barlett 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy roll 1. Here's the pitch. 6-4 blank. 2-4 ground ball to right. And are they going to go for the double play? No, they're not. So with that, the out's going to be at first as Carlos will come home to score. Kendrick goes to third, Victorino to second, and the Phillies are up 1-0.
You're out.
1 out with Kyle Kendrick with runners in scoring position as Chase Utley, who's 1 for 1, doubled his last time up. Strategy roll 15. Here's the pitch. 1-2, possible error. So we're going to check for an error rating. 3-6, that's a double to Beltre. Beltre's rating is on a 1-5, that's a 15. No error there.
He rocks one to right center field. That'll shoot the gap and go to the wall, and one hops the wall.
And once again, Utley with another double, and that will send home Kyle Kendrick, and Shane Victorino will score on that double. Phillies now up 3-0 against the amazing Mets. And that's going to bring up Ryan Howard. Howard 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 7. Infield normal depth. 2-5. Double question mark. Single on a 1-16. That's a 16. That's a base hit for Howard. It goes past Pelfrey. Utley on third gets the wave around. He goes from second to home on a 1 through 6. That's a 4. Utley will come around to score on a base hit from Ryan Howard. And the Phillies now up 4-0 here in the top of the third. Pat Burrell up. Pat Burrell, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll 15. Here's the pitch. 1 out already. 3-3. That's a strike. That's a 12. The 13 is too high. 6-6. Double star 3. Fly ball out there to Beltray.
You're out!
Howard will stay there, and that's going to bring up Jeff Jenkins. Taking a look at this, we started with Carlos Ruiz. We're Jeff Jenkins 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 4. 2 outs. 6-2. That's going to be a walk. That's a 9. That's a 9.
Walks, and that wasn't close.
And that is a walk, and that's going to bring up Pedro Feliz. Feliz is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll 6. Here's the pitch. 3-6. That's going to be a strike. That's a 6. That's a 1. Struck him out.
The swing and a miss. He struck him out.
4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. And they almost batted around, too, in that top half of the fourth. In the top half of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Brian Schneider, Mike Pilfrey, and Jose Reyes due up. Rays due up for the Mets. Here's the pitch to Brian Schneider. Schneider has a 364 average so far on the season. 2-4. That's a blank. 5-6. Ground ball to Utley.
Ow!
Utley gets it. Underhands it. Flips it to Ryan Howard for out number 1. That's going to bring up Mike Pilfrey. Pilfrey, first time at bat. He's played in 30 games, 59 at bats, 4 runs, and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. 1-1. That's a blank. Pilfrey. 3-2. Ground ball to Howard.
Out!
And that's out number 2. We go to the top of the order. Jose Reyes is 0 for 1. He's batting 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. 2 outs. Top of the order. 5-2. That's a blank. 3-1. That's going to be a base hit. For Reyes. And with that, Angel Pagan will come up. He's 1 for 1. Strategy roll is an 18. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 4-3. That's a strike. That's an 8. The 11 is too high. 6-6. That's going to be a base hit past Victorino. However, chat, we do have a 6, so we do got to check for extra bases here. And on a 6, which that makes it a 2, the runner will hold on that. No, if it's less than 1, he holds. Lead runner thrown out, but if the trailing runner's BR, so with that, Reyes will attempt to go to third. Victorino, seeing that, throws it to third.
You're out!
And that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on. After 3, it's the Phillies 4, the Mets nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. It's Carlos Ruiz, Kyle Kendrick, and Shane Victorino due up. Ruiz 1 for 1. Here's the pitch with a run scored. 5-6. That's a strikeout. That's a 6. That's a 4. Struck him out.
He struck him out.
Kyle Kendrick up. Kendrick is 1 for 1 with a run scored. Here's the pitch. 4-5. That's a blank. 4-6. That's a base hit. And Kendrick is on once again with a base hit. Infield double play depth. Victorino 1 for 2 with a run scored. Strategy rule is a 3. Here's the pitch. 4-6. That's a strike. That's a 7. That's a 3. Struck him out. Eric Bartlett up. Bartlett 0 for 2 with an RBI. The pitch to Bartlett. 6-4 blank. 3-4. That's a base hit to Bass Church. And Bartlett is on with a base hit. We're gonna check to see if Kendrick will advance. That's a +2. If the roll is less than or equal to, he has a 3. Nope, that is a 6. That's a 4. That's a 3. And Bartlett will get the whole. Kendrick will get the whole side. And with that, we have Chase Utley. Utley 2 for 2 with 2 doubles, a run, 2 RBI. Strategy rolls a 1. Phillies holding off on Strat. Here's the pitch. 2-4 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Shea Stadium. 3-1. Ground ball to Easily.
Out!
And that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is David Wright, Carlos Beltre, and Carlos Dialgo due up for the amazing Mets. David Wright 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. 4-4. That's going to be a blank. 6-2. Ground ball to Utley.
Out!
Utley gets it, throws it over to Ryan Howard for out number 1. Carlos Beltre 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Beltre 2-4. That's a blank. Beltre switch hitter. 6-2. That's a base hit past Howard. And the Mets are on with a base, and Carlos Beltre will get on with a base hit. So runners on first and runner on first, and that's going to bring up Carlos Dialgo. Strategy roll is a 7. Here's the pitch. 5-5 strike. That's a 10. That's an 8. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss! Struck him out!
2 outs. Runner on first. Infield normal depth. Ryan Church up. Church is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-6. That's going to be a walk. That's a 12. That's an 11. And they walk him.
Walking. Good base on balls.
All right, runners on first and second, and Damon Easily will come up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy roll 18. Mets holding off. Here's the pitch. 5-1. It's going to be a walk. That's a 10. The 20 is too high. 2-2. Ground ball to Utley.
You're out!
And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on for the Mets. After 4, it's Phillies 4, Mets nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. It is Ryan Howard, Pat Brill, and Jeff Jenkins due up for the Phillies. Mike Pilfrey can face 6 more batters before he's considered tired. Ryan Howard steps up, takes a few practice swings as Mike Pilfrey looks for the sign. He gets it, and the pitch. He's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. 3-2 blank. 1-1, that's going to be a ground ball to Reyes.
You're out.
Out number 1, Eric Bartlett. Bartlett is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The pitch. 1-4, that's a blank. 5-3, fly ball to Pagan.
Ow.
Out number 2. Jeff Jenkins up. Jenkins is 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch. 4-2 blank. And that's going to be 4-6. That's going to be a fly ball out to the Beltre,
You're out.
who will go back to the apple to make that catch. No runs, no hits, and no errors as the Mets retire the Phillies in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Brian Schneider, Mike Pilfrey, and Jose Reyes due up for the Mets. Brian Schneider, 0 for 1, the pitch. 1-5, that's going to be a hit by pitch. That's a 12. That's a 1. Kyle will give a +10 with that. Infield coming in, we have a hit and run coming up. And he cannot do the hit and run, so we're going to go to double play depth. If the base runner has an N next to their ATT rating, they can never do any hit and runs. If it is an H, then they can do a hit and run on that. So here's the pitch to Mike Pilfrey, 0 for 1 on the day. Infield double play depth. 2-3, that's a blank. 6-6, fly ball out there to Pat Burrell, who will make the play. Strategy roll 2, once again, we do have a hit and run attempt, but Brian Schneider cannot do a hit and run. Infield will go to double play depth. We go to the top of the order. Jose Reyes is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. 6-2. Home run chance. On a 1-19, that's an 8. The 19 is too high. No home run there. 6-5. Power hit to Victorino. That's a 7. That's going to be a base hit. That is a double.
He rocks one to right center field. That'll shoot the gap and go to the wall, and one hops the wall.
And it hops off the wall. Schneider will go to third, gets the hold sign at third. Jose Reyes will stop at second. Runners on second and third. Angel Pagan up. Pagan is 2 for 2. Here's the pitch. 1-5, hit by pitch. That's a 10. The 12 is too high. Even with the thing there. 2-6, base hit. Past Burrell. One run will score for the Mets. Jose Reyes at third. We have a second die roll check. Reyes with a 3. The lead runner thrown out. Burrell seeing Reyes go for home. Throws him out.
Ow.
He's out at home. Pagan will advance to second on that. And Pagan's on second, 2 outs with an amazing play at home. Brill just gunning that ball to release. Mets on the board with 1 run, and that's going to bring up David Wright with a runner in scoring position. Strategy roll 13. Mets holding off. Here's the pitch to David Wright. 5-4 wild pitch. 15 outside of the range of a passed ball. Needed to be a 1 or a 2. 2-1 double star, fly ball to Victorino.
Ow!
And that is out.
Be sure to visit our concession stands.
And that is out number 3. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on after 5. Phillies 4. Amazing Mets 1. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Pedro Feliz, Carlos Ruiz, and Kyle Kendrick due up. Mike Pilfrey can face 3 more batters, so this most likely is going to be his last inning. Pedro Feliz up. Feliz is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. 2 strikeouts on the day. 5-6. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 6. The 16 is too high. 1-5 power hit past Church. That's a 13. That's going to be a double.
Line drive down the right field line, slicing toward the corner. Air ball! Off the wall!
And it's fair off the wall. And that's going to be a double for Pedro as he leads off the 6th inning with a double. That's going to bring up Carlos Ruiz, the catcher. Strategy roll 18. That's going to be a sacrifice play as the infield comes in. Sack play coming up. Here's the pitch. 3-5 range play. That is a successful range play by Carlos Dialgo. And that is a successful sacrifice bunt.
Out!
1 out. And that's going to put Pedro in scoring position as Kyle Kendrick comes up. Infield normal depth, strategy roll 10. Here's the pitch. Kendrick 2 for 2. 5-3 range play. 3-2. That's a strike.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Struck him out. 2 outs. Runner on third. Mike Pilfrey tired as we go to the top of the order. Shane Victorino 1 for 3. Strategy roll is a 9. Here's the pitch. 2-2. Possible error on a throw. Victorino 3-3. Fly ball. Beltre.
Out!
And that is out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. And 1 left on as the Phillies leave a man stranded in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Carlos Beltre, Carlos Dialgo, and Ryan Church due up for the Mets. Here's the pitch to Carlos Beltre. Kyle Kendrick, real quick, can face 4 more batters before he's considered tired. 3-2 question mark. Single on a 1-4. That's a 2. That's a base hit. So Carlos Beltre is on. Infield comes to double play depth. Carlos Dialgo is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 6. 2-3. That's going to be a walk. That's a 23. That's a 3.
Walking. Good base on balls.
And that is a walk. Ryan Church up. Church is 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 15. 2-5. Blank. 6-4. Double star. Ground ball to Utley. And that is no double play there. So Beltre will go to third. That's a 6, so the play is only at first.
Out!
1 out. Diamond easily up. Easily is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. 4-5 at the ballpark. 3-3 HR8. And that's a 6. That is a 6. And that's a 3-run home run by Diamond Easily. And that ball is gone. 3-run home run.
Holy cow! Look at this one!
And the Mets find a way to tie this game up at 4. Kyle Kendrick is tired, and that's going to bring up Brian Schneider, who's 0 for 1. They're going to leave him in. Here's the pitch. 6-2, home run chance on a 1-19. That's a 1. The 15 is too high, 4-1, and that's going to be a base hit. And with that, the Phillies are going to make that call to the bullpen. And Kyle Kendrick is done for the Phillies. We are in the 6th. So they're going to bring in they're going to bring in Chad Durbin. Durbin will come into the game with 1 win, no losses, no saves, a 2 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 3 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. And taking a look at the stats here for Kyle Kendrick, he went 5 1/3 innings, allowed 9 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, and 1 hit by pitch. ERA of 5.57. Mike Pilfrey not taking the hit, and instead they're going to bring in Dan Murphy to pinch hit. Dan Murphy, first time we're seeing him. 49 games, 131 at-bats, 24 runs, 17 RBIs, 2 home runs. Here's the pitch. Infield normal depth. 6-4. That's going to be a strike 10. The 14 is too high. 4-3 double star, ground ball to Utley. And that's going to be a double play.
Double play!
So the Phillies gave up a home run, a 3-run home run to tie the game up, and we go to the top of the 7th. 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. We go to the top of the 7th. It is Eric Burlett, Chase Utley, and Ryan Howard due up. Right, left for the Mets. So we can get with someone with a little bit of length in here. And they're going to bring in Brian Stokes. Or Carlos Muniz. Carlos Muniz, we haven't seen him yet. So they're going to bring in Carlos Munoz. Munoz has 1 win, 1 loss, a 5.40 ERA. 23 and 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 24 hits, 16 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Mike Pilfrey. 6 innings, allowed 9 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. ERA of a 6.0. He's got to face Eric Barlett, Chase Utley, and Ryan Howard, so about the heart of the order, the 2, 3, and 4 spots. 2-1, that's going to be a strike. That's a 9. The 8 is too high. Well, the 8 strikes him out, sorry.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Chase Utley up. He's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles, a run, and 2 RBIs. Utley, 6-1, question mark. Double star and a 1-4. The 15 is too high. 1-3, double star 1, and that's going to be a fly ball out there to Pagan.
Out.
Out number 2. Ryan Howard up. Howard is 1 for 3 with an RBI. 2-2, possible error on a ground ball. 3-3, that's going to be a double. No error there to Pagan. Pagan's range is a 0, that's a 20.
It's a double.
And Ryan Howard is on with a double. That's going to bring up Pat Burrell. Howard, by the way, is 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI.
Everybody clap your hands.
Pat Burrell, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Strategy roll 6. Infield normal. Here's the pitch. 5-1. Walk. That's a 22. That's an 8.
Walks, and that wasn't close.
And they walk Pat Burrell. Jeff Jenkins, 0 for 2 with a walk. Strategy roll 4. Here's the pitch. 2-6 blank. 5-4. That's a base hit pass easily. Howard's going to come home and score on that. So he goes from second to home on a 2 through 6. Howard will score. Phillies up 5, take a 1-run lead right now in the top of the 7th. And Pat Burrell will get the hold sign as he will hold on a going from first to third on a 3 through 6. He has a 2. And with that, Carlos Feliz can only face one more batter here. Pedro Feliz is up. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 19. Phillies have runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. 2-5. That's a strike. That's a 6. That's a 5. Struck him out.
He's
1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Jose Reyes, Angel Pagan, and David Wright due up for the amazing Mets. Let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 innings had been played. Philly making that incredible run in the 3rd inning there, scoring 4 runs, and they also now scored a run in the 7th. 5 runs and 11 hits with no errors. The Mets had 1 run in the 5th, 3 runs in the 6th to tie it up before the Phillies took the lead in the top half of the 7th. 4 runs on 9 hits and no errors. And they are going to leave Chad Durbin in. He can face 4 more batters. They are leaving him in. He's going to face the top of the order. Here's the pitch to Jose Reyes. He's 2 for 3 with a double. 5-4 range play. 6-1 ground ball to Utley.
Hard ground ball up the middle.
Utley's range is on a 1 to 5. That's a 1, and that's out number 1.
takes the hit away.
Takes the hit away as Angel Pagan is up. He's 3 for 3 with an RBI. The pitch. 4-3, that's a walk. That's a 19, that's an 11. Remember, we add 2 for the walk.
Walking. Good base on balls.
Infield now going to double play depth as they have a runner on first with 1 out. And that's going to bring up David Wright. Wright 0 for 3 on the day. Strategy rolls a 16. Here's the pitch. 3-5, that's a strike. That's a 9, that's a 7. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Steal attempt for Angel Pagan. And that's a 9, and he's still second base.
Safe.
So with Angel Pagan stealing second, puts himself in the scoring position. Carlos Beltre, who's 2 for 3 with a run scored, steps up. 2 outs, here's the pitch. 3-4, that's going to be a walk. That's a 14, that's a 4.
Walks, and that wasn't close.
And they walk him. And with that, Chad Durbin is now going to get pulled. So the Phillies pulling Chad Durbin. We have a left, right coming up. And they're going to bring in Scott Erie. Taking a look at his card. It's got a lot of strikeouts on here. So a lot of possibilities to get out of this inning here. So Scott Erie will step up to the rubber here. 4 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look here at the stats as Chad Durbin will make his way back to the bullpen, back to the dugout here. He went 1 1/3 inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, no ERA. All right, here's the pitch. Strategy rolls an 11. Phillies just need 1 more out to get out of this inning. 2-6, strikeout plus. That's a 20, that's a 6, and struck him out looking.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
So no runs, no hits, and no errors. After 7, Phillies 5, Mets 4. We go to the top of the 8th. It's Carlos Ruiz, Scott Erie, and Shane Victorino due up for the Phillies. But that Carlos Munoz tired. So Munoz, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Phillies. For the Mets. And that is going to be we have a right-left switch. And that is going to be Dandier Sanchez. Will come up. Here's his card, by the way. Sanchez will come into the game. He has no ERA. He's pitched 1 inning, allowed no hits, no strikeouts, and no walks. Taking a look at his stats, Carlos Munoz went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 9.0. He's going to have to face off against Carlos Ruiz, Scott Erie, and Shane Victorino. Here's the pitch to Carlos Ruiz. Ruiz is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a run. 3-6 strikeout. That's a 16. That's a strikeout plus. That's a 16. That's a 16. Struck him out.
Great call.
So with that, Scott Erie will step up. I just want to check something with the stats here. Yep. So they are going to bring in a pinch hitter for Scott Erie. And that is going to be Chris Coste will come in to pinch hit. Coste batting a .444. Here's the pitch. 2-2, question mark. Single on a 1-18. That's a 17, and that's a base hit for Scott Coste. Coste on at first, and they are going to leave him on, and that's going to bring up Shane Victorino. Go to the top of the order. Victorino's 1 for 4 with a strikeout and a run scored. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls a 12. Infield double play. 2-2, that's a question mark. That's going to be a double star on a 1 to 7 to 17 is too high. Top of the order, 6-3, line drive to Reyes.
You're out!
No double play there, as that's a 2. So 2 outs, and Eric Barlett is up. Barlett 1 for 4 with a strikeout and RBI. Strategy roll 9. Here's the pitch. 4-4, that's going to be a walk. That's a 10. The 12 is too high. Barlett 4-5. Base hit past Dialgo. And Coste, with a base run rating of a 2, will advance to third on a 2 through 6. So Coste will go to third. And with that, we now have runners on the corners, as that's going to bring up Chase Utley. Utley is 2 for 4 with 2 doubles, a run, 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch, strategy roll 10. And that is going to be 3-3 range play at Shea Stadium. 3-6 power hit Pagan. That's going to be a 14. That is going to be a fly ball. And a 12 to 20.
Swing and a fly ball left field.
And Pagan's range is on a 1 to 3. That's a 1.
Terrific play.
And he makes the play. So that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. And 2 left on. So the Phillies, with our left, right, left, are going to go to C.J. Romeo to come in. Taking a look at his card there. We do have a couple special K ratings. Or do they go with Ryan Madison? Take a look at his card. Madison. They're going to bring in Madison to set up for the save. Madison will come in. Madison comes into the game with a 5.29 ERA. 1 2/3 innings pitched, allow 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. We take a look at the stats here for Scott Erie, who went only 1/3 of an inning, allowed 1 strikeout, no ERA. Ryan Church is up. Church is 0 for 2 with a walk. The pitch. 5-2 strike. That's a 12. The 20 is too high. 1-3 base hit to pass Jenkins. And Church is on with a base hit. $20 on the strategy die. That's going to be a pickoff attempt, but Ryan Madsen doesn't pick anyone off. Infield double play. Diamond easily up. He's 1 for 3 with a home run, a run, and 3 RBIs. 3-2 range play. 3-3 fly ball Jenkins.
Looked in the air to shallow right. He's coming on.
His range is a 1 to 3. That's a 2, and that's going to be out number 1.
That is a really good play.
Infield still at double play depth. Brian Schneider 1 for 2. Strategy roll 13. Here's the pitch. 3-5. That's a walk plus. That's a 22. That's an 8.
Walking. Good base on balls.
And that's a walk. Schneider not taking the hit. They're going to bring in Fernando Titus to come in to pinch hit. Titus batting a 500. Strategy roll 1. Madison can face one more batter before he's tired. 3-2 range play. 3-5. That's going to be a double.
Looked in the air to shallow right. He's coming on.
Jenkins range is a 3. That's a 4. That failed.
That is over his head, and that is out to the fence.
And Schneider will get the hold sign as he has a base run rating of a 0.
Everybody clap your hands.
And with that, Ryan Church ties the game up at 5. Madison coming out, and they're going to bring in C.J. Romeo to close out the rest of this inning. Jose Reyes is up. Reyes is 2 for 4. Strategy roll is an 18. Here's the pitch. 6-3 wild pitch. That's a 1. That's going to be a 15 on a 1 to 15.
Just a bit outside.
And on a wild pitch, the Mets take the lead, a 1-run lead. Here's the response. That's a 2. That's going to be a strikeout.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
2 outs, and that's going to bring up Angel Pagan. Pagan is 3 for 3. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls a 7. 4-1. That's going to be a walk plus. That's a 14. The 17 is too high. On a 2, that strikes him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
And
Remember to get your copy of the souvenir program.
All right, with that, they are going to bring up Pedro Feliciano. First time we're seeing Pedro. He's got 3 wins, 4 losses, 2 saves, a 4.05 ERA, 53 and 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 57 hits, 50 strikeouts, and 18 walks. Take a look at the stats here for Pedro. As we say goodbye to Doran Schneider, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits and 1 strikeout. No ERA on that. Taking a look at the box score here, Mets have a 1-run lead. It's on 6 runs with 11 hits, no errors. 2 runs scored in the 8th. Philly, 1 run down by run. They have 5 runs on 13 hits. Nothing in that last inning. Well, we'll see. Will the Phillies come back with some 9th inning magic? Or will the Mets pull off a miracle here in the 9th? Pedro Feliciano, the pitch to Ryan Howard. 2 for 4. 4-6, possible error on a throw. Howard 4-2, and that's going to be a fly ball to Beltray.
You're out.
Out number 1. Pat Burrow up. He's 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. The pitch. 6-3. That's a blank. 5-1. Line drive to Reyes. Out number 2. Jeff Jenkins. Last out. The Phillies are down to the last out. Here's the pitch to Jeff Jenkins. He's 1 for 3. 1-2. Strikeout. That's a 12. That's a 4. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
And the Mets win the game 6-5, defeating the Phillies. Final line. So the final line scores is Philadelphia will go to 6-3, and the Mets will go to 5-2. Philadelphia. Daniel Schneider will pick up the win. Ryan Madison gets the loss, and Pedro Feliciano will get the save. Diamond easily picks up his first home run on the season. Taking a look at the stats here. Schneider with the win. Thank you, BBN Sports Replay, and thank you for joining us today here for this 2008 replay against some great rivalries between the Mets and the Phillies here at Shea Stadium. Daniel Sanchez picks up the win. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and that's it, no ERA. Ryan Manderson gets the loss. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, a 13.50 ERA. And Pedro Feliciano will get the save. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, no ERA there. So the Phillies will drop to 6-3. The Mets go to 5-2 with that. So I'm going to update the standings real quick while we do this. I'm going to do this live here. So the Phillies will pick up the loss. That's their 3rd loss away. And the Mets will go to 5-2. They're still a game back. The Mets are still 1 game back from the Phillies. But now, that's going to be their 2nd win at home. So taking a look here at the we do have a lead change here, ladies and gentlemen, in placing. So the Mets take over 1st place right now in the AL East with a win percentage of 7.14. Taking a look here at the standings after this game here. Philadelphia still has the best run differential, has a run differential of a 12, but they dropped to second in the division. They're tied actually with the Mets. They were getting with that. But so the Mets take over first in the AL East. The Phillies, can they bounce back? Mets are up 2 games in the series. And until then, I'm Scooney007 saying thank you to Legend Sports Universe and BBN Sports Replay for joining us and everyone else that came out in chat to watch this game. Until then, I'm Scooney007. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when the next Phillies and Mets game is going to be. It comes down. Can the Phillies take the 3rd game, or will the Mets sweep the series? We'll find out. Anything is possible with Inside Pitch. Till then, take care, everyone. We'll see you for another exciting game. The 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, I'm Yoko. Take